Last week we picked up another big win, setting us on a nice little win streak and a 3-1 record with a +5 differential. Let's see if we can score our 4th win this week as we cross the halfway point of the regular season. What's going on everyone, my name is Scorpion, coach of the L.E.A.F agents, and welcome to Battle Hub Draft League Season 7, Week 5. This week we'll be going into battle against another BHDL veteran in the notorious HIM, coach of the Brooklyn Baxcaliburs. As always, I'll be walking you guys through a quick overview of the matchup, the team we're bringing this week, and the battle itself will follow. So if you do want to skip ahead straight to the battle, there is always a timestamp for it in the description down below. If you guys do enjoy today's Draft League battle, do be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, as we're trying to get to 200 subscribers and only you can help me get there. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it. To give you guys a quick recap, our team consists of Urshifu Single Strike, Lander Assyrian, Terra Iron Crown, Cyclozar, Terra Diancie, Gengar, Vaporeon, Entei, Rotomo, and Mienshao. Well, for this week, our opponent's roster consists of Baxcalibur, Galarian Slowking, Mimikyu, Excadrill, Zapdos, Terra Torterra, Terra Gyarados, Scrafty, Raichu, Inteleon, and Terra Typhlosion. Lots of scary threats. The core of Baxcalibur and Galarian Slowking is very tough to deal with, as Baxcalibur is very difficult for my team to switch into, and it gets a lot of opportunities to come in safely thanks to chilly reception. He also has 3 very scary Terra Captains that can do massive damage and sweep to go for a win, and Zapdos is incredibly annoying for our Urshifu as well, as it outspeeds it and can fish for static. That said, we definitely have our strength in the matchup as well, so let's cut straight to the team building section. Alright y'all, so welcome to the team building section for week 5. This is of course going to be for our game against the notorious HIM, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let's waste no further time, let's get right into it. So, first Pokemon that we're going to be bringing is going to be Gengar, who's going to be our main break in this game. We're running Shadow Ball, Sludge Wave, Dazzling Gleam, and Trick, max special attack, max speed with a timid nature, and running the choice specs as the item. Main reason why I wanted to bring Gengar this game is because my opponent's only Ghost Resist on their entire team is Scrafty, which is a Pokemon that in my opinion is not very good to begin with, but especially not very good against our team, especially because Landorus Theory and walls are pretty hard. As a result, if Scrafty does not show up, Shadow Ball is exceptionally free against his entire team, and so Gengar can basically go for 2 KOs on almost every Pokemon. Sludge Wave is just there if we do need a slightly harder hit on targets that are neutral to both. Of course, there's some really good damage there, and Dazzling Gleam gives us the KO on Baxcalibur after Rocks. Honestly, didn't really know what else to run in the 4th move, so I decided to just run Trick in case I wanted to free myself of choice restriction. But yeah, very simple set. Of course, we want to be able to speed tie Raichu. No real reason to overthink the set. Next up is going to be our Landorus Spherian. We're going to be running Stealth Rock, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Rock Tomb this week. Max HP, 48 EVs in attack, 32 in special defense, and 176 in speed with a jolly nature. Leftovers as the item. So what does this do for us? Landorus Spherian is going to be our main switch into Zapdos this week, as well as Galarian Slowking and Excadrill. It matches up really well into all of those, threatens them out with Earthquake for the latter 2 of course, and gets some momentum on the former, as it is going to be naturally slower. Stealth Rock very useful in this game. Of course, Landorus has a positive matchup into my opponent's Rocker and Spinner, so definitely going to be dominant in the hazard game there. Our EV spread allows us specifically to avoid a 2 KO from Zapdos' Hurricane, especially with leftovers, as well as allows us to avoid the 1-hit KO from a Galarian Slowking Ice Beam. If that thing happens to be running a Shukaberry Ice Beam set to lure Landers and kill it, we can actually survive one and just live in case we need it later on in the game. We are running a lot of speed this week though. We are creeping the 288 mark. This is to outspeed Adamant, Baxcalibur, and Jolly Gyarados. We're going to see the speed here a little bit later as well. And this allows us to, at least for those 2 specifically, outspeed them both and get a Rock Tomb up before they can get a setup move up on us, and that allows us to basically chip it down. Of course, they're both weak to rock, so it does quite a bit of chip, and it allows us to basically slow them down so that they can't get their speed boosts going with Dragon Dance. And then Rock Tomb was also a nice little hit to hit Zapdos as well, right? So, very important role for Lander in this game. Next up is going to be Diancie, who's going to be running her moveset of Diamond Storm, Iron Defense, Body Press, and Rest. Max HP, max attack EVs with an adamant nature, and the rest just in special defense. Chesterberry as the item, and Water as the Terra type. So what does this do for us? This is going to be our main Baxcalibur and Gyarados check. Those 2 Pokemon are, in my opinion, the 2 biggest threats on my opponent's team. And because of the fact that my opponent's special attackers actually kind of struggled to hurt Diancie, especially before Terra, a defense boosting set can actually do a lot of damage late game as well. I did have to run max attack EVs with an Adamant Nature, unfortunately, otherwise I don't get the 2 KO on Galarian Slowking with Diamond Storm, but we do get that this way, and still max HP is enough to take a lot of hits. Like I said, in the end game, if we manage to get a couple of defense boosts from Diamond Storm or just set them up manually with Iron Defense, we're going to be in for a great time, and thanks to the Chesto Berry and Rest, we are able to heal up on Galarian Slowking, provided it's not Psychic Noise, but that allows us to 1v1 even a Toxic variant as well. And yeah, the recovery on that is going to be exceptionally nice. Water, again, mainly going to be an emergency button in the case of a Baxcalibur Iron Head / Earthquake or a Gyarados Waterfall. But Diance's base typing is actually more than good enough to get the job done this game. Next up is of course going to be our other Terra Captain, which is going to be Iron Crown. Tachyon Cutter, Psyshock, Future Sight, and Volt Switch. 80 EVs in HP, max special attack, and 176 in speed with a Timid Nature. Choice Scarf is the item. So what does it do for us? Oh yeah, and Terra Steel. So what does it do for us? This is mainly going to be our revenge killer for a Gyarados and Baxcalibur if they do ever get to +1. Like I said, they are the biggest threat to the team, and I wanted to basically have something that can 1v1 them even if they are at +1, as Tachyon Cutter with Terra Steel easily one-shots them both. In case Gyarados doesn't Terra, we also have Volt Switch for it, also to get a little bit of momentum. And honestly, I wanted to run Terra Steel because Tachyon Cutter is actually very spammable against my opponent's team to begin with. If you look at the resists, Excadrill has pretty poor special block without AV. Zapdos doesn't take it too well and is also tasked with switching in a lot of other Pokemon. And other resists like Raichu and Inteleon are very frail, right? So despite that, many resists actually really like Terra Steel Tachyon Cutter in this game. So yeah, that's going to be Iron Crown. Honestly, Psyshock and Future Sight are mainly just the filler moves. We're mainly going to be spamming Tachyon Cutter and Volt Switch. Next up, Cyclozar, coming back once again with a moveset of Draco Meteor, Overheat, Knockoff, and Rapid Spin. Max special attack EVs, max speed with the Timid Nature, and the leftovers EVs in defense. Funnily enough, those 4 leftover EVs in defense actually allow us to live a jolly max attack Excadrill Earthquake from full health if we ever need to, so that's actually pretty nice. Life Orb is the item, like I said, and Regenerator as the ability. Cyclozar, if you notice from the sort of team building section, actually outspeeds my entire team, so it has a great role as a revenge killer in this game. Draco Meteor, very, very strong against my opponent's team, as the Steel type in Excadrill gets smoked by Overheat, also does really well against Torterra. And that allows us to, most notably, also revenge kill an Inteleon, because we don't actually have Vaporeon on deck this week, and otherwise Inteleon could potentially be a bit of a problem. So, great offensive piece, and what's nice as well is that because of Cyclozar's access to Overheat, it 1v1s both of his rockers. So, really, really valuable piece this game. I might even just lead off with this and fire off a big Draco, because I actually don't think there's a lot on his team that wants to take that. So yeah, loving Cyclozar this game. And then last but not least, of course, we couldn't leave it at home. It's going to be our round 1 pick, Urshifu Single Strike. Wicked Blow, Close Combat, Poison Jab, and Sucker Punch this week. Max attack, 80 DVs in defense, and 176 in speed with a jolly nature. Mirror Herb as the item. So what does this do for us? Well, I'm sure I've mentioned it quite a few times already, but my opponent has 3 very scary setup threats. He's got Dragon Dance or Swords Dance Baxcalibur, Dragon Dance Gyarados, and Shell Smash Torterra. Urshifu, unfortunately, does struggle a little bit this game because of Zapdos. As I said, it can fish for static very easily, it outspeeds us and one-shots us with Hurricane. So it's a bit tough to use Urshifu this game to begin with. However, it can potentially still be very, very deadly if we manage to steal those boosts with the Mirror Herb. If Urshifu does get that boost, especially the Shell Smash from Torterra, it can honestly win the game. The stabs are very tough for my opponent to switch into to begin with as well, because once, again, my opponent's Fairy type is also a Ghost type, so it is not resistant to Dark. I wanted to run Sucker Punch for a bit of priority, and then Poison Jab is mainly, again, for that Terra Fairy Gyarados. There's no other Pokemon that I really need it for, but I am really, really expecting at least one of the Terra Captains to have Terra Poison this week, so I wanted to be able to run the coverage for it. And then specifically the 80 defense EVs that we have allows us to actually always survive a Glaive Rush into Ice Shot from Baxcalibur at full health, so we can always safely switch into it. And even if we mispredict and come in on a Glaive Rush instead of a Dragon Dance, we can still survive and force it out, right? So that's going to be the team. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. And with that being said, let's cut straight to that. See you guys there. Alright y'all, so here we are with the Week 5 battle against the notorious HIM. You guys know I love HIM. He's a very, very chill dude. Make sure you guys check him out. There's always going to be a link in the description to his channel. Absolute legend. He makes fantastic content. So let's see what he brought. So let's see. I'm going to run over the team as we go. So we got Baxcalibur. We got Torterra, of course, which is Terra Fairy. We got Raichu. We got Gyarados. We got Excadrill. Gyarados is Terra Electric, by the way. And we got Galarian Slowking. So no Zapdos. Now Zapdos is crazy. I was not expecting Raichu, but I guess, hey, we got one electric type. And two if we count Gyarados. So, scary team. I'm going to lead off with my Cyclozar. I really like it as the fastest mon in this matchup. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My prep this week was a little bit rushed and I didn't do any mocks. But we're going to try and have a good one. So good luck and have fun to HIM. Matchup's pretty even, but I'm looking forward to this one, man. HIM always provides us good battles. And yeah, let's have a good one. Alright, he's going to lead off with the Raichu, which is perfect, because our good old Scizor over here outspeeds this thing, and one-shots it with Draco Meteor, so unless he Scarf himself, we do have a very good matchup into this thing. Yep, Life Orb Draco Meteor has a 75% chance to OHKO, so, and he hasn't terrestrialized the Torterra yet, so I will just go for that. Kind of curious about this thing's set, but we are just going to drop a Draco right off the bat. And that, wow, that did not do a lot. Is that Assault Vest? Holy, what the heck? What on earth? So let's see, what is that thing gonna do? Knock off. Okay, knocks off my Life Orb. That is okay. That's like a bulky Raichu. What on earth? At least it didn't Alluring Voice me, so... That's like... Hold up. That's like max HP Assault Vest. Jesus. Okay, a little bit unfortunate we had to lose the Life Orb there, but it's okay, right? Damage on this thing is not recoverable, obviously. I kind of like just going for... Well, I don't really know... Like, do I lose Cyclozar here if I stay and take another hit? Maybe not. You could have Alluring Voice, though, obviously, right? I don't think you knock again. I think I actually kind of like the idea of going Iron Crown here, just to kind of scout for what he wants to do. Maybe he goes for Volt Switch. Maybe he goes for, again, that Alluring Voice. Obviously, I don't knock him out with another attack because of the Assault Vest. There's Volt Switch. Okay, that's fine. Could have maybe gone Landorus, but that's fine, right? I didn't want to take a Surf either. Alright, so that Raichu is more than likely Assault Vest. That's okay though, right? Because now we've got chip on off it that we need. Excadrill probably going to come here more than likely. If he does, that's going to be my opportunity to get up rocks, which I don't mind. And in comes the... Yep, that's Excadrill. Alright. It is Mold Breaker, that's good to know. No random Sandrush variant. This is always going to be a Landorus Therian. Going to use this opportunity to get my rocks up. Because obviously this thing... I didn't see an air balloon, so it is threatened by our Earthquake immediately. And if he gets up his own rocks, that's also fine with me, because my team is not inherently too weak to rocks this game. And yeah, I can also just spin them away at Cyclozar, right, if I really need to. Because Cyclozar outspeeds his whole team. And he goes for Earthquake. Perfect. Perfect. As far as initial switch-ins go, probably going to be Gyarados. I mean, that's his only ground immunity, right? I'm going to get up rocks. I really want those up in case Gyarados and Baxcalibur are not heavy-duty boots. Torterra could come in and wall me pretty effectively, but we can't U-turn out on that thing. He should run, though, in fear of my ground stab, right? So, we'll see, I guess. If Torterra is defensive, it can definitely come in. Yep, there's the withdrawal. Fine with me. This is why I like Landorus as a rocker in this game, right? Because it matches up well into him. Terragon. How can you have an Excadrill on your team and that's not the Pokemon that you named Terragon, brother? Have we played Legends EA? No, he does go Torterra, which is fine by me. Really wish I had... what's it called here? Taunt still, but I don't. It's going to U-turn out. I don't know what this thing wants to do. If it wants to Shell Smash and go for game, or if it wants to get up his own rocks. Maybe this is a defensive Torterra. If it's Terra Fairy, it could be defensive. I'm a little bit scared though, because if it's Terra Fairy, it could have Terra Blast, and I don't know if I want to go hard or Shifu on that, right? But if it does, if it does Shell Smash, and he Terras, we could just win the game with Urshifu, right? In theory. So I don't know, because it's like, I don't know if you click Grass Move here. I would love to be able to scout this thing set, honestly, but the fact that it came hard in on Landorus makes me believe it might not be Shell Smash. I don't know, I guess we'll see. Alright, he's gonna pull a doublé. He's gonna pull a spicy doublé, so I guess he didn't want to get hit by maybe a fly, I don't know. Maybe he couldn't touch us too much. Alright, in comes Gyarados. I'm fine with this. So he does take rocks, that's beautiful. And we're gonna U-turn out on this thing. Awesome. A bit of chip. How much does a Wicked Blow to this thing? Sorry. Because we know it's not Terra Fairy, it's Terra Electric, so we can actually take it. Urshifu Wicked Blow does about 67 to 80. And he can't one-shot me back. Very tempted to just do that, honestly, because we also know we outspeed. I could go Iron Crown and Volt Switch, but then that gives him an opportunity to drag out. I could also go Gengar. Hang on. Maybe Gengar's safer, because he didn't bring Scrafty, right? So Shadow Ball's free. I kind of like Urshifu, honestly. Urshifu does do more. I think it's more than likely in range of Urshifu. So I'm going to go Urshifu. Can't Dragon Dance on me either, randomly. So big Urshifu, and yep, no, switch into a Wicked Blow, so we're going to do that. He could go Torterra, obviously. Torterra does have Shell Armor, which means that he won't get hurt by Wicked Blow. But again, I don't trust Shadow Ball to kill from this range, and I also don't want to Sludge Wave into either Galarian Slowking or mainly Excadrill. So I think I like this neutral ground play the most, because again, I know that this thing can never one-shot me. If Torterra comes in, I mean, it's going to take a Wicked Blow, right? It's going to take Chip. And honestly, I don't even know if Torterra 1v1s me without Terra Fairy, so... we can go Landorus on that thing, scout it pretty safely, so I like the position we're in. And again, the fact that this thing is not boot, well, that's huge. That's actually huge. I think Wicked Blow is pretty likely to KO here. Alright, he does stay in. We go for Wicked Blow and takes him out. Beautiful. So Urshifu gets the first one. Awesome. So that's Gyarados gone. Huge for that out of the way early. So Torterra more than likely going to be the Terra target this game. And let's see. Urshifu KOs Gyarados. Awesome. Huge for that out of the way. Now we'll see what comes in. Again, could be Torterra, could be Raichu. Raichu does outspeed me, one-shots me with Alluring Voice, so we're going to need to be careful of that. We do have a specially defensive Landorus, though. Baxcalibur, I don't think Baxcalibur comes in. And yeah, again, Torterra could also come in. Torterra will be the Terra target this game now that the Gyarados is gone, so that's nice. But I'm surprised he didn't just switch there, man. Like, surely Torterra takes Urshifu on decently well made. I mean, hey, listen. All I'm saying is no Wicked Blow switching. You feel me? You know, this is... oh, dude, I love Urshifu so much. So let's see what he comes in with here with. Again, I think Raichu should be our play, but we have a pretty free Landorus on that, and we get momentum, right? Toxic Queen. Huh? Huh? My eyes are not deceiving me, right? That is a Galarian Slowking. That thing has to be Colbur. You have to be Colbur Berry, brother. Even if that thing is fully physically defensive. Okay, if it's fully physically defensive, it survives the Wicked Blow. But okay, well, I guess I'll scout for close. No, not close combat. I guess I'll scout for like Focus Blast. I'll just go Landorus here. I think this is fine. Earthquake is pretty spammable now that Gyarados is gone. I don't really want to risk. Let's see, does he have Focus Blast? What's this thing planning on doing? Thunder Wave. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So maybe it is Colbur, right? Right, well, that was the great neutral ground play. Do I Earthquake here, or do I just U-turn? Because Earthquake is free, right? Like, Earthquake is so free. But then again, I mean, I guess Torterra could come in. I don't think there's ever a world in which you should stay in. But if Torterra comes in, what do? I don't really have great switches to Torterra, actually. I also don't really want to over-predict, though, but, I mean, even if he stays in, we can go Cyclozar as well. I'm just going to U-turn. Let's see. Right, he does stay in. Okay, so he was more than willing to take that damage. Wow. We get to scout this moveset a little bit more now. I might actually go Iron Crown, just to scout for a potential Ice Beam, maybe? Could also go Urshifu now as well. If he goes for Psychic Move, we'll obviously eat it. Maybe he goes for... No way you went for Chilly Reception. If he did go for Chilly Reception, then Baxcalibur, or sorry, Urshifu's actually back. I'm going to go Urshifu. There's no way you click Focus Blast here. We should not die to anyone here. I'm playing Urshifu a bit more aggressively this game, but we can afford to, right? Yeah, Ice Beam. Okay, good. So now this thing never takes a Wicked Blow, so now we can just click Wicked Blow again. If I get paralyzed on Urshifu, not a huge deal. But the fact that he was willing... Like, I am expecting this thing to have a Resist Berry this game, because it could have either Colbur or Shuka Berry. I think Shuka Berry is a little bit more likely. I'm just wondering why this thing came hard in on my Urshifu, you know? Like, is he that confident he can take a Wicked Blow? I don't know. I guess we'll find out right now. If this thing dies... Alright, we do go for Wicked Blow. Alright, he did have the Berry, so I don't think this kills now. Nope, not quite. We dodge Thunder Wave. I'm fishing for the hacks here, but... Oh, he went for Chilly Reception. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. So Slowking was Colbert Berry, but we didn't get too punished for it, luckily. So it is Colbert. Item is now gone. Snow goes up, and he goes back. But again, I'm in a pretty comfortable position with Urshifu. Like, Baxcalibur obviously does take close combat well in the snow. But not too well, honestly. Like, hang on. Baxcalibur against Urshifu in snow. After that actually KOs after rocks, unless he's boots, so I'm good. Yeah, close combat is actually still going to KO Baxcalibur after rocks. Despite the snow boots. That's how strong Urshifu is. So I don't know. I don't think there's any other Pokemon that benefits from the snow. So again, maybe Raichu comes back in. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But Raichu is even in range of Sucker Punch, actually. We're not even forced out by that, because we do have Sucker Punch on deck this week, and we know that it has to be Assault Vest, so... he does still go Baxcalibur. Is it Boots? It is not Boots. I'm going for close combat, I don't care. I'm 100% going for close combat. Yep, guaranteed Ochre after rock, so unless he's like heavily HP invested, I'm going for close combat, dude, I don't care. If you're Scarf, you're Scarf. I don't care about that. This is what I have Urshifu for, so if this is how I find out that it's Scarf and he kills me, fine with me, right? If he's Chop Ball and he Dragon Dances, that's also okay with me, because we have a Mirror Herb, so... yeah. I'm good. Alright, we go for close combat, it's not Chop Ball Berry, boom, and then down goes Baxcalibur. Yeah, he was definitely banking on the snow boost there. Urshifu putting in big numbers. It's so crazy, because, like, I was not expecting Urshifu to do numbers this game, but here it is anyway. Big close combat, and down goes Baxcalibur. Rocks go a long way here. Yeah, rocks in general are just difficult for his team to navigate, right? Because his main spinner and extra drill matches up poorly against my rocker, so that's difficult. So yeah, man, Urshifu putting in big numbers, and down goes the Baxcalibur, so that's the two biggest threats gone. So the only thing I'm realistically even worried about right now is a Shell Smash Torterra. So if that thing comes in, it might honestly just hard Poison Jab. I'm surprised why that thing hasn't come out yet. But I guess we'll see what he wants to do, right? I don't need Urshifu for anything else. It does actually 1v1 the rest of his team. LT Surge comes back in. Yeah, I'm Sucker Punching that thing. Immediate Sucker Punch. We know it should be AV, so it can't really do anything about this, and it should kill, right? No need to calc it. So, if he wants to... Yep, there we go. We go for Sucker Punch. By Raichu, that's 3 kills for Urshifu. Alright, we do finally get the static, unfortunately, so that's a little bit sad. So that means we can't trace Torterra anymore. At least that effectively, anyway. So that could potentially come back to haunt us, but... yeah, let's just hope we don't lose on that, thanks to, against Shell Smash Torterra. Yeah, that's the 3rd kill for Urshifu, so we have, Excadrill left, Torterra left, and Slowking left. 3 down, 3 to go. We still have all 6 of our pieces, so that's good, right? Yep, in comes the Torterra. This is where I really, really wish I had Taunt, but unfortunately I don't. Because bro, I'm not gonna lie, I could just lose to Shell Smash Torterra. I really, really could. Do I take my chances with Poison Jab? I really hope it's not Shell Smash Torterra, but it's gonna be, right? Tough. I mean, I can still weaken it with Landers, luckily. Torterra shouldn't be able to one-shot me. I'm gonna attempt to Poison Jab, just in case this thing terrors and tries to Shell Smash. Alright, we do unfortunately get paralyzed. Does he Shell Smash? Body Press. Okay, so it's more likely defensive Torterra. Oh, we actually lived that. Mate, go. Alright, in that case I'm going Landorus. Because we could still use it for Urshifu, right? Alright, so that's a defensive Torterra. That makes me a lot... that makes me feel a lot more secure about this game. That makes me feel a lot more secure about this game. Unless he's like random Shell Smash with Body Press, but I don't really think that will be that right. Alright, so we Intimidate, lower this thing's attack. Seed Bomb, does have the Grass Tap on deck, it's good to know. Snow's gonna stop. We're gonna get a little bit of leftover recovery, and I think we just U-turn, honestly. I think we just U-turn, because we know he's not gonna go for a Grass move. So I think, how much do I do to Torterra with a Gengar Sludge Wave, right? Assuming that it's a defensive set, so we're assuming max HP. We do 67 to 79, that's pretty good. So let's U-turn here. Get my chip. And then hopefully we can handle this Torterra with another Pokemon while we come in on it safely. Again, I can maybe go hard Gengar, because we know he's not clicking a ground type move here, that's for sure. Unless he hard reads me going for U-turn. Yeah, he's a bit of a tough spot right now. Again, Shell Smash Torterra really was the last thing that could have maybe messed me up, but it looks like it's not that. So we're gonna go for U-turn here. Still got a good amount of chip off, honestly. And who do we go into? I could go Iron Crown as well. I kind of like Iron Crown because Tachyon Cutter is kind of free here, right? There's no way you click a ground move. And if he does, like, Iron Crown is not as valuable. So yeah, let's go Iron Crown. Honestly, we might even live in Earthquake if it's like a defensive area. Let's see. Curse. Oh, so it is a setup to there, but it's Curse. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay. So Iron Crown in against the Sing. Tachyon Cutter. Did we have Excadrill chipped? I can't remember. I don't think I need Terra Water on Diancie though this game. I kind of want to just Terra Steel and Tachyon Cutter try and take it out. Because that should kill. Yeah, do you know what I'm doing here? I'm clicking Terra Steel, Tachyon Cutter. Let's see. Don't need Terra on Diancie too badly in this game. I mean, obviously it helps against Excadrill, but Landorus should 1v1 that thing always anyway, right? So who cares? We're gonna Terra Steel, Tachyon Cutter. If he Terras, we definitely get the kill. I don't think he will, though. Alright, big Tachyon Cutter. Come on, Iron Crown, you got this. 1. And 2. Nope, rip. Alright, well, down goes Iron Crown, I presume. Oh, never mind, he goes for Synthesis. Okay, so I guess we're just scouting the set. Wait, wait a minute. We've seen Seed Bomb, we've seen... That didn't kill, unfortunately. We've seen Seed Bomb, we've seen... Did we see Earthquake? Yeah, we did see Earthquake, right? Yeah. I think I'll just go for Tachyon Cutter again, try to keep this thing low. I don't want to give this thing too many opportunities to, like, set up on me. If we lose Iron Crown, then so be it, right? But... Right, another one. So it's very specially bulky, that's what this Torterra is. That's why it didn't kill. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, Body Press should die to that. Oh, we don't even die, what the heck? How? I think it's a +1 defense. I guess it's not stab though, right? Alright, Tachyon Cutter again, made Iron Crown my go. Let's get it. I was expecting that to do a lot more. Oh wait, yes, I completely forgot about Body Press. So we've seen Body Press, Seed Bomb, Curse, and then maybe Terra Blast Fairy, so it's not even, so it doesn't even have a ground move. I guess that makes sense. No wait, he's got Synthesis, bro. This is why I need to have my paper. Like, I in prior seasons, but if 4th War Breaking, I used to have a paper, like, next to me, where I would write down all the moves that my opponents, like, would have on their Pokemon, just so I wouldn't forget. And this is exactly why, because I don't have it anymore this season, and, like, again, the 4 moves were revealed ages ago, and I still, like, completely blanked on this thing's moveset, over-predicting, like, oh, I wonder if it has EQ, I wonder if it has Terra Blast Fairy. Nope. No need to. So yeah, I think we're pretty good this game, honestly. I don't really see a lot that we could lose to. Alright, big Tachyon Cutter, so Crown gets one as well. Love to see it. So down goes Torterra. I'm sorry, buddy, you're my favorite Pokemon, but had to be done. So we get one with Iron Crown. We still have all 6 of our Pokemon, right? Yeah. We have Excadrill and we have Galarian Slowking left. In comes the Galarian Slowking. Do I kill this thing with a Terra Steel Tachyon Cutter? I might as well try, probably. Terra Steel Tachyon Cutter does about 36 to 43, but that's if he's fully specially defensive. So we're just gonna attempt it, honestly, because we hit this thing harder than Excadrill. And if he wants to pull a double and get Regenerator, that's also fine with me. Right, we go for Tachyon Cutter. Probably has Flamethrower, but let's see if we can get the kill. We do, awesome. Big Tachyon Cutter, Galarian Slowking goes down as well. That means it's all down to Excadrill. And do you know what? Just to preserve differential, I'm going to go Landorus and not let that thing take up my Iron Crown. So there's Excadrill. There's Mold Breaker again. Not going to stay on this thing. No way. We are going to go hard into Landorus. We're going to click EQ. And, oh, chat, we're about to 6-0. Dude, it's so funny as well. We were on this exact battle court a couple seasons ago in Season 5 in the Ubers League. And we got another 6-0 on HIM back then as well. There's Iron Head. So great read on me going my Landorus. I don't think I outspeed this thing if it's speed invested. But hey, we're going to go for EQ. I think it should kill this thing. Matter of fact, I think pretty sure I EV'd myself to be able to always one-shot this thing with Earthquake. Alright, we don't even get flinched. Earthquake's gonna come through. And we take out X-Control. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, that is a 6-0 victory for the L.E.A.F agents. My god. I was not expecting... Oh, dude, I feel kind of bad now, because I 6-0'd HIM back in Season 5 as well, so that's 2 back-to-back. And the second 6-0 victory of my career. But hey, we're here for some content, man. GG's to my brother HIM. Please, guys, do make sure to go show him some love. He honestly makes amazing content. His channel is amazing. And yeah, I wish this guy the world, man. I love his vibe so much. That's going to be it for this one, guys. L.E.A.F agents are going to advance to a 4-1 record. It's a pretty good differential, actually. I think plus 11. So yeah, very happy about that. Again, thank you guys for watching. Do make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. And we'll see you guys back in week 6. We're going to take on West Texan Gentleman Arcaniner, coach of the West Texas Arcanines. And that game will take place on Thursday, so nice and early week battle. See you guys there, and peace out.